Hi, this is Laveena Pinto here with you, and welcome back to my channel. And today we are going to talk about something related to the side hustle. That is, things you should consider if you are starting your side hustle. Now, first of all, why do you need a side hustle is something that's very important. Now, side hustle can be done basically if it's your hobby, you can continue with that. If you have some free time with you, you can use your time with that. If you are passionate about something and you want to try something different, then you should try building a side hustle. Apart from that, if you want to earn some extra money, then it's a good option, because there are a lot of things that happen around the side hustle, because there are a lot of things that you can explore and experiment. Now, today's topic is something which will help you to understand why do you need to what are the things that you need to consider before starting a side hustle, because it looks very easy when you see the people who are already into side hustle, because you will see their success stories, the amount they earn, the kind of social media followers, and a lot of things. Okay, they must be having an esteemed group of clients with them. So, but when you started, you need to understand, because when I started, I did not know many things about it, and I just knew little things here and there, and I knew that I wanted to do it. That's all I knew, and that's when I started. But as I started, I realized there is lots which I should have known, and the challenges that I really faced. And I hope this video will help you if you're going to start your side hustle. So the first question would be like, are you ready to start? Now what happens is we end up looking out for perfection, lot of knowledge to be ready with us, and a lot of contents to be available with us. But honestly, there is nothing called perfection when it comes to side hustle. Side hustle is something that you need to keep exploring every time. You have to accept things the way it comes. Now when I started side hustle, I had no clue that what is involved in blogging, what is required for YouTube, how I'm going to start with it, what are the skills that literally I have to learn, what are the skills that I have that I can use, how I can use it, and everything. So first thing is that you have to set your mind. Your mindset has to be set in such a way that you are prepared to start with whatever knowledge you have. For example, if you want to be a freelancer, you know that you have certain skills, you should be specifically talking about those skills at the beginning. Eventually, once you start, you can start growing yourself. Now every time we end up starting something, we always want to be perfect, and that's when we never end up starting. So first thing is that make up your mind and see if you're ready to start. Next question is, do you have enough time? Now for example, if you are a working woman like me, you have a corporate job which is from 8 to 7, and thereafter you have your household duties to be followed. So there are a lot of challenges that will come across. Now when you're starting a side hustle, at least for the first 1 or 2 or 3 years for that matter, if you are not skilled as enough like me, like, because I am not pro in many of the things, so I am just learning a lot of things still, even if it is 2 years. So if you are specially start beginner like me, and you will have to give a lot of time at the initial few years. It may not be years for some, because some people learn within 6 months and try to explore directly, but if not, it will take some time. Now initial days, you have to give some time, allocate some time particularly for a side hustle. Now for example, if you are starting a YouTube channel for that matter, you have to give some time where you can make your videos. Now in the beginning, if you're starting to do YouTube videos, believe me, when I started, I used to take, I think, 3 days to do one video. It was pathetic, but because when I did the videos, it was not getting into the flow. I was not able to speak fluently. I was getting lost in many things, and a lot of things, like, so there were a lot of challenges. Plus I did not know how to edit, and editing was taking such a long time. So by the time I explored, it was already like 5 months or something. In the middle, I gave up also, and now it is becoming like little it's coming into a process, like, so initially you have to give time. So take time, ask yourself, are you able to allocate that time? You have to prioritize your things. You have to plan your day ahead, a week ahead. Like if you're doing it on a weekend, so you have to give some time on weekends and work religiously. So the next point is, are you ready to invest financially? Now when I started blogging, I thought I knew because since I was watching already the YouTube videos, so I had an idea that I have to invest some amount. If it's not a big amount, but some amount has to be invested. Now it was then when I started blogging, and then what journey I continued. There were some investments needed. Now financially, for some people it might not be big amount, but for some I'm sure it is a big amount, because for example, if you cannot write contents and if you have a blog, you have to take help from somebody else to write contents. For that you need to pay money. Now at the initial stages, the content writing for me was, in a month there were 8 contents that were going on my website. So imagine if 8 contents I am not able to produce it, then I am going to take help from others and write. If it is not even 8, if it is even 4 contents for that matter, you're going to pay for that, right? So that investment is one of the investments that would be needed, like if you're starting. Now when it comes to YouTube, editing was something really challenging for me. So taking help to edit the videos was becoming challenging. So I had to take help for editing my videos. Again, that is again investment. Now more of all, to understand some strategic ways, like how you can build your side hustle, how you can develop, what kind of content planning has to be done, what you should be doing, how you should be doing, you need to have a mentor. Now when you have a mentor, it becomes easier, because 60% of the brain is used from their side, and it becomes quite organized for you, like, especially if you're a newbie like me, then having a mentor will help you in many ways to get clarity, whether it is to get some ideas, to answer all your questions. But a mentor comes with a cost, and these days coaches are pretty expensive. So you have to understand that there might be any kind of investment required ahead, like, maybe even if it is in the starting base, you can start a free blog. YouTube also is free to start with, but then eventually you will need it unless you are very clear when you're starting itself. So are you ready to invest financially is something that you need to think about. Next one is, do you need to overwork? Now I will tell you something. When I started blogging, if I'm posting 2 contents a day in a week, that means I'm going to spend a lot of time sitting and writing. And I am not a writer. I was not a writer then, because I had no much skills of writing, except I was writing my diaries, as I said earlier. But writing it for the blog, editing it, posting it, managing yourself, everything, it's a lot of time actually, especially when you're back with work life. If you're working and then sitting to do all these things, it takes a lot of time and efforts. More than efforts, you will feel that you're going to get drained, and you feel that it is too much you're doing for in your day spent doing a lot of things. Same goes with YouTube. Now one video takes minimum 2 hours to complete, to be honest, but editing takes longer time. So it's like, you are tired already and you have to do it, though you have a schedule to planned ahead that you're going to do a YouTube video, but there are challenges that come up because there's so much work that goes around. So you feel that you're doing a lot more. For example, you have to go to work, you have to come and take care of your house, you have to come and do your YouTube video, then you have to sit and edit it, you have to sleep, you have to, lot of things that you need to consider. So understand that, if you enjoy it, then there is nothing like that, but then you will feel too much, like, there will be time when you feel like you want to give it up, like, because it just gets too much to do everything. So understand that, are you prepared for that extra overwork which you did not have when you did not have a side hustle. So you're going to have it when you have a side hustle. But believe me, if you like it, then nothing like that, but otherwise it can be a little bit crazier. Next question is, do you enjoy doing it? Now the thing is that, if you are starting a side hustle with the purpose, then I'm sure you will enjoy it, at least for the first few years, I can say. Like for me, when I started, I knew that I had to do something for myself, and I had a goal that was being reachable to unknown audiences. Basically, known people know me, how am I, who am I, but I wanted to reach to other people who don't know me actually. And next purpose which came behind me was that I wanted to help working women, because I have been working in corporate industry for such a long time, and eventually when I wanted to leave the corporate job, apart from being a housewife, I did not know what else could I do actually. I just couldn't sit at home and spend time. What will I do sitting at home? So that is when I decided that, I want to help working women to do something, so that, when they leave their job, they will not have to be like me, think like what to do, and so exactly that was my purpose. Now if you have such kind of purpose, maybe that will be a drive for you to move ahead. But for example, if you are not with that kind of purpose, you just want to do just because you saw somebody else, then for sure you will enjoy it for the first few months, or maybe, yeah, first few months. But eventually you will start, you'll not enjoy it basically. Because see, everything we do side hustle, especially because it is all about social media marketing, digital marketing, contents and everything. Now if you're starting a blog or a YouTube channel, or even social media for that matter, if you do not get the right kind of response, you will be demotivated. Now when you have a goal attached to what you're doing, then it is little easier, like, you can do some changes, you can talk to people and everything. So the most important factor comes is, are you enjoying it? Now if you're enjoying, you will put yourself 100%. Like what I am trying to do is, like, when I started blogging, I had no clue. I just started with my blogging journey, but then I attached a goal to it. Now when I attached a goal, I knew that what are the things that I should be having actually to be successful in what I want to do. Now success for me is on a different level actually. For that matter, from blogging, it went to social media. From social media, now finally I am into YouTube now. So I am doing three things together. Of course it's a lot of struggle, but as I said, I am enjoying it. Now again, if you ask me the kind of growth, it's pretty slow. Blogging happened pretty well at the initial stages, but it needs nurturing all the time. But social media at the same time is so competitive. You have to be like, be in the trends all the time, so it becomes a bit difficult. Now if you enjoy, you will continue doing it. If you don't enjoy, you will want to give up, or you will take breaks, and that. But taking breaks does not mean that you want to give up. It is nice so that you get a break, so that you understand where you're going wrong, what you can do better, what kind of trends you can start with, how you can collaborate with people, how you can meet new people. So there's a lot of things. So most important, once you start, you need to understand, would you be enjoying it, are you enjoying it, or are you not enjoying, or you just doing it for the heck of doing. So this is something that you need to ask yourself. Last point that I want to ask is, are you ready for the failure? Now when we start something, we already have a lot of hopes that it has to go this way, it has to be like this, I have to become the top influencer, blogger or YouTuber. Because you see many people, like you see, for example, in my own field, there are so many newbies who have just come after me. They are doing really well, like, because most important is they are giving their consistent time, they have a strategy, they have some knowledge, they are having good mentors with them. But it's not going to work with everybody same way. There are going to be challenges. You have to give a lot of time, efforts, hours and everything. You have to be creative, you have to be collaborating with people, ready to talk to people, like, share your ideas, have a mentor. A lot of things will go. And even after doing this many things, there are possibilities that if you are considering to have that kind of likes, those views and everything to happen in certain span of time, it is not going to happen. You have to market yourself, you have to be proactive, you have to be consistent, you have to be innovative in your contents which you are uploading. So you have to work hard. Now even, so basically, when it comes to certain success parameters, you will feel that you have not reached there. So that means, like, you will feel the pinch of it basically, like, it's very difficult to explain. But there are chances where you will feel that others are growing much ahead of you, and you are not going to be there, like you are very low somewhere, something of that sort. So you need to, when you're starting a side hustle, you need to have that open minded thing that if something doesn't fail, are you okay with it? Now there are sometimes some blogs of mine, they don't get any views, it looks like, but actually there are views, but then they're not that kind of views what you want. Because when you're writing a content, especially if you're writing something related to your life, you would want people to read and react to it. There are many times no one reacts to it only, like, so you feel that difficult. Now for example, I have started my YouTube channel for like last 3 months. I'm doing it in a particular way and consistently, but there are no views happening. So sometimes some days I just feel that why am I doing it, like, but ultimately the goal what I've set for my YouTube channel is that I'm going to make videos no matter what, whatever I feel like talking, whatever I'm comfortable in talking with, I am going to do that. Now success does not is not an overnight thing, like, that I just make my videos, 10 videos or 20 videos, and expect somebody to uh, the videos to go viral or something like that. But my efforts are going to be there, and I'm ready that, I'm ready to give my 100% to it, and I'm sure that someday success will come to me. So basically, till that time, if you feel that you are doing so many videos and still you're not going to get so many likes what you want, it will happen like that. So are you ready for that thing, like, I have told myself, yes, it's going to take time. I am supposed to do 50 to 60 videos for this year of 2022. So I am going to concentrate on that more than likes and views. For likes and views, I am going to use the proper SEO and a lot of other things which I'm going to do for my YouTube channel. So most important thing, when you start your side hustle, ask yourself, are you ready for the failure, just in case things don't work the way you want it. So basically, here are my final thoughts. Side hustle is something that is trending right now. You see, 90% of them are having their own side hustle, whether it's in form of blog or YouTube channel, or side hustle in terms of freelancing or anything, like, there are a lot of side hustles which are in trends right now. Especially that's become more common since COVID-19, because people are doing work from home, people have lost their jobs and everything. Having a side hustle is not difficult, but there are their own challenges, and it comes with a lot of do's and don'ts, actually, like, but if you enjoy doing it, then you must give it a try. And if you don't enjoy, there is a scope that you can change for something else. More importantly, that is something that you do within your own limits. It's not that something that you are responsible for answering somebody else. It's something that you do for yourself. So you are the boss, you are the person who knows exactly what's good and what's bad. If at all something doesn't work, the only thing which I would tell anybody who's starting a side hustle is that have a broad thinking about it. Like, for example, don't attach your success too early for it. Then do not have some goals in such a way which are, like, which will take longer time, because it takes longer time to build yourself. It's exactly like building a building for yourself. Like, you just cannot build a building in next 2 months, with 3 months, without having any proper foundation. So you need to have a stronger foundation. So prepare yourself for everything, and the questions that I have discussed here are really useful. Sit, think back, but give it a thought, and just start your side hustle whenever you are ready. So here, this is I hope you like this video, and this is Laveena signing off. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe, like, share and comment, and that's the best support that you can do for me.